Bang! Putters, we have Gachiakuta episode 12, Something Like a Curse. This show just keeps getting better and better and better and better. So before I really get into it, I want to mention something, because I was talking about the show with one of my good friends, and I was like, yo, this episode was crazy. And I'm mentioning how, yo, what's going on is wild for just being episode 12. And he goes like, well, technically in an anime season, episode 12 would be a climactic one. In a lot of shows, that would be the end of a first arc moving into a second arc. And when I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. We are getting 24 episodes, but that's basically like we getting super blessed with 2 seasons. Or at least that's the way I look at it, because nowadays we've been getting a lot of 12 episode season anime, right? So putting that in perspective, I get why this episode was so peak. We get action, we get lore, and let's start off the lore with the beginning of the episode. We see Delmond in front of a house watering some plants, and he's talking to a woman. Could be his girlfriend, could be his wife, could be his, whatever it is. I'd assume it's his girlfriend, wife, figure, or whatever. And they're talking about growing flowers. Delmond looks at the woman and she smiles, just to fade into Amo. So we see that in his eyes, who he's protecting, who he loves, is that woman. I wonder if we'll get more Delmond lore as we move forward. I do like that little piece that we got out of him. By the way, sorry if I'm calling him Delmond. I'm pretty sure it's just Delmond, like yo man. Okay, I'm bugging. Also, something that's very interesting about Delmond's, what he's seeing due to Amo's vital instrument, the people that he are fighting, realistically his allies, but he's seeing them as what looks like to be raiders. So yeah, I am interested to know more about his past. I want to know about everyone's past, because something we don't get to see. Let me hold off on that. So we got Rudo, Delmond, Rio, and Folo on the attack. And we got Zanka and Tomzi. This is where last episode ended. Tomzi busts out his vital weapon, the Tokushin. I had no idea what it is at first, but we see that it's a staff and it has a bunch of rope that ties up all 4 of our friends at once. He lets us know that it's a D-staff. I've never heard of that before. Is that a real thing? Somebody enlighten me. But it's a tool used for winding thread. So we got a whole bunch of thread, we got a whole bunch of rope let out from it, and he's able to bind everyone all in one go. This is actually the perfect tool for this situation, but these guys, under the influence of Amo's vital instrument, they do not want to give up so easily. And they start trying to make their way through the rope. Tomzi's like, listen, the more you try to go through my rope, the more you're just gonna hurt yourself. Something I want to mention, by the way, I don't know if anyone picked up on this, I don't know if anyone cares, but it's cool to me. It's just a visual thing. As the 4, how do I want to refer to them? As the 4 cleaners we're going against, let's just put it like that, trying to break out of the rope, we kind of get a visual cue and we see colors relative to them. We know Rudo's eyes, they glow red when he uses his instrument. We know Rio's glows green when she uses her. But we see Folo, and when Folo tries to get out, the background turns yellow. So that's like a little cool Easter egg. If nobody noticed, I noticed. Because we do know Folo's training to be a giver. So I wonder when those eyes are going to glow yellow. Maybe sooner than we think. I do want to mention, Tomzi's eye glow, beautiful. It's like a light blue and orange. It's so fire. The animation in this show, wow. Amo, who finds herself roped up in a very particularly weird way, mentions she hasn't been roughed up like this in a while. Also, where are we going? And also, there is another scene of her. I will put it on the screen. I don't know. Please, YouTube, don't take this video down. This is just, it's the show, man. Amo's roped up, and she's like, yo, it's about to get bloody. Because my fans, the cleaners under her influence, they love me, and they'll do anything for me. And when she asks for help again, they do just that. They start breaking their bones. We start seeing blood because they trying to get through the rope. And Tomzi's like, you know what? I'll let you guys go. He lets go of the bonded rope that they're in, and they just start spinning down all the way through the building, to the point where they're literally on the floor, bloody. Delmond's under a boulder. Zanka's like, Tomzi, what the hell, bro? You went too far. You just killed your allies. Who are you? And this shit got me like, oh my God, Tomzi, who are you? Until Tomzi lightens up and he's like, yo, look, we all got a spell on us to negate one critical hit. Shout out to Remlin, because everyone's healed now. So while the fight is happening, Corvus and Semiyu have a conversation. Semiyu's looking at a picture of Rudo And Corvus is like, hey, did you not like what you saw in him? What did you see in him? And this goes back to when Rudo first entered Cleaner HQ and we saw Semiyu's reaction. She was very disturbed by what she saw. And I'm so glad we actually got the answers, because I was thinking it was one of these things after the scene switch where we wasn't going to find out what they actually talked about. But Gachiakuta, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us the answer. Because Semiyu tells us how when she looked at Rudo, there was something building up in him. The potential to destroy the whole world. It's like a curse building up in him. Swap to the battle scene. The battle is actually over. Amo's been disarmed. Everybody's back up. Engines up. Whole crew back to their righteous minds. But the ones under the influence, they're kind of just like, they blacked out. They're like, yo, what just happened? And to talk about what I left off on before, I left y'all with a little cliffhanger. I'm very curious as to what Rio saw. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see her perspective. Who was she fighting for? She has a mysterious allure to her. She was looking very down after she came to her senses. Like, whatever visions Amo's sense were giving her were very deep and meaningful to her. Because there was mention to how coming back to reality after seeing these sights is really something that can shake you to the core. And although Rio didn't talk that much, we see that in her. So at this point in time, Amo's pretty much just on the ground. She can't really do anything because without both boots, Engine has one, by the way, he took one to disarm her. She can't do anything. So she's just like, dang. I had to take a deep breath. I had to get right because Rudo gets up. And we see exactly what Semiyu was talking about. Because as he's getting up, as he's in motion, we're seeing what Semiyu was talking about with the curse, with the potential to destroy the world. Rudo gets up, walks straight to Amo, and he does something I don't think I've ever seen from a protagonist in any anime. If anybody could correct me, let me know, because I gotta tap into that. Rudo punches the shit out of Amo. And not only does he punch the shit out of her, he starts bashing and thrashing her. She's bloody, she's crying, oh my god. I literally brought this scene back 3-4 times because my jaw dropped. I could not believe what I was seeing. And nobody in that room could believe what they were seeing. Everybody's eyes widened. Everyone was shocked that this is the type of person that Rudo is. He doesn't care if it's a girl. Engine and Gris get a hold of Rudo. They're like, yo, chill, stop. Rudo's like, I don't give a shit if she's a girl. She tried to get all of us to kill each other. Because she's a girl, gives her an excuse as to why I should have beat the shit out of her. And oh my god, seeing Rudo talk like this, I'm like, wow, this show is insane. Engine has to pull him to the side, and they have a nice little heart-to-heart. I really enjoy this moment. After an emotional climax, Engine just brings us back down to earth. Rudo's explaining how this girl he punched wasn't powerless, she's a giver. And that when he was up in the sphere, he always had to hold his temper. He always had to hold back. But once he made it to the ground, he realized he couldn't be like that. If he was like that down here, he would lose. He would die. And he explains to Engine that no matter what growth he feels like he's attained, it's almost like it's all an illusion. Hearing Rudo say this clicks in my mind, like this is a constant thing within Rudo. He really has self-doubt problems. From earlier in the season where he's like, yo, I couldn't protect anyone. I couldn't protect Recto, who mattered the most to me, to now where he's like, I'm not growing. He has some serious soul searching to do. And the Edge is just like, yeah, I hear you. I really have a problem with hot girls. That's all that goes through my mind. I can't really do anything else. When it comes to kids and ladies with complicated needs, I can't do that, but give me a hot girl. And that's my flaw. Even us as adults have flaws we have to recognize and grow past, grow through. And you know what? We can go apologize to Amo later. Your emotions welled up to a point where you couldn't control them anymore and you just took them out on her. And you could tell that Rudo has self-awareness. Despite him fighting his personal demons, it's not like he's unaware. That's something that I really enjoy about Rudo's character. He might feel like he's not growing, but we see that he is growing step by step. Him wilding out on Amo, he feels like, whoa, we took a big step back. But even after the situation was over, he was able to calm down. He was able to analyze his mental state. And let's keep in mind that he was just put through a lot by Amo's vital instrument in the scent. He had to confront a reality that was twisted. After seeing Chiwa, right? That's her name, the girl with the bunny that dropped it. And being like, why do I care about you right now. You didn't rock with me the way you said you would rock with me. Towards the end of the episode, Amo starts opening up a little bit, and she mentions how she met her first love, and that person was the one that gave her her vital instrument, her shoes. And when she was a child, she saw the angel that goes between the sphere and the ground. She shocks the room when she says that. They're like an angel? I'm like an angel? And of course the episode ends right there. Peak. Truly peak. Thank you for this episode. S tier. This episode was a movie. Let me see what you guys had to say about last episode. Sorry again for the wait. Hopefully I'm making up for it by putting this episode out way faster. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you can hit that like if you made this far. Let me know what's up in the comments. You know I'm gonna read them. Like right now. Gachiakuta on fire. What's happening? My girl Amo definitely has some serious trauma going on. I literally cannot wait for her to dump. I gotta hear what's going on with her. She turned what was supposed to be an easy conversation with the cleaners into a horror movie. That she did. Why did she do that? Why is she so defensive, apprehensive, confined? I hope we find out. Lovely legit trash. Hello. Thank you for the courtesy about the sounds issue. Hopefully that just never happens again. I don't know. I think I got too close to my mic. Some freaky shit happened. I really hope it didn't happen with this video. I would literally cry. Much appreciated. The OSTs and the music in the show are top tier. I would listen to many of these songs in my free time. Oh, 100%. The music of this show, it really fits. And I feel like it's different too. It really has its own vibe. This show is its own. I just can't wait to get more. A piece of me was like, damn, I wish I waited till next week to watch this week's episode so I could watch this week and next week's episode together. Blue Roses, what's happening? You are a joy to watch. Thank you so much. No, thank you for pulling up every time. I appreciate you. Fun fact, without spoilers for the Watchmen series, we've seen 4 items and know what 2 of them do. Rudo's gloves has to do with the sense of touch, brings out the full worth of objects. Oh. Amo's boots has to do with the sense of smell, about to gain protection by making those around her smell a loved one. Raider's boss coat's power, Recto's notebook that was stolen by the masked man's power, more Watchmen series items. Yo, Roses, you got me. Touch, smell, sight. What are your other senses? Hearing and feeling, right? Touch, sight, smell, touch. All right, Nurse Joy, what's happening? I almost missed your video, so glad I did not. Nurse Joy, just check in with me and it will always be there, except sometimes it might be late. I love the positivity and energy you bring to your Gachiakuta discussions. Thank you. Yo, Nurse Joy, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Where's Weird Well? WWW, what's happening? My pain putter, you rock for catching up on the bids. Don't sweat it about missing some. Life happens. This show is fire. Yes, this show is super fire. Life does happen. I'm gonna try to be next day, 2 days. All right, don't hold me to it. The videos are gonna be out. Manga Metalhead was good. NGL, Tomsy's power is pretty dope. Can't wait for you to see it. Great Gachiakuta video, brother. Yes. Tomsy, who knew rope could be so powerful? Jedi, my goat. Hello, what's happening? Love your video. By the way, 3R stands for reduce, reuse, and recycle. That is okay. Perfect for Rudo. Makes sense. Also, his hands are extremely painful all the time. The only thing that relieves his pain is wearing the gloves. When Rudo has to watch 3R, it hurts really bad. Can't give you much more info on his hands without spoilers. Oh my god! Is it the curse? Don't spoil, don't spoil. Some of you saw a curse. Is he literally cursed? There was a little scene when that whole shit was being unfolded. And it just saw, like, we saw his heart. Like, what is that? Pain putters, I appreciate y'all so much. Hit that like if you made it this far, hit that sub if you know. Let's keep putting in pain. See you next episode.